नो सेक्शन नंबर 163 में छा थींदो आहे नो इंड्यूसमेंट टू बी ऑफर्ड चए थो नो पुलिस ऑफिसर और अदर पर्सन इन अथॉरिटी शैल ऑफर और मेक और cause to be offered or made any such inducement, threat or promise as in mentioned in the Evidence Act 1872 section 24. But no police officer or other person shall prevent by any caution or otherwise any person from making in the course of any investigation under this chapter any statement which he may be disposed to make of his own free will. Power to record the statement and convictions 164. So any magistrate of the first class and any magistrate of the second class especially empowered in this behalf by the provincial government may, if he is not a police officer, record any statement or confession made to him in the course of an investigation under this chapter or at any time afterwards before the commencement of the inquiry or trial. Yeah, any such a statement may be recorded by such a magistrate in the presence of the accused, and the accused given an opportunity of cross-examining the witness is making their statement. Such a statement shall be recorded in such of the manners hereinafter prescribed for recording evidence as is, in his opinion, best fitted for the circumstance of the case. Such a confession shall be recorded and signed in the manner provided in section 364, and such a statement or confession shall then be forwarded to the magistrate by whom the case is to be inquired or tried. A magistrate shall, before recording in such a confession, explain to the person making it that he is not bound to make a confession, that if he does so, it may be used as evidence against him, and no magistrate shall record any such a confession as such a questions the person making if he has reason to believe that it was made voluntarily, and when he records any confession, he shall make a memorandum at the foot of such a record to the following effect. I explained to name that he is not bound to make a confession, and that if he does so, any confession he may make may be used as evidence against him. And I believe that this confession was voluntarily made. It was taken in my presence, and hearing was read over to the person making it and admitted by him to be correct, and it contained a full and true account of the statement by him, signed by a magistrate. It is not necessary that magistrate receiving and recording confession or statement should be magistrate having jurisdiction in the case. Medical examinations of the victims of rape. So where in offences of committing rape, unnatural offences, sexual abuse or attempt to commit a rape, unnatural offences, sexual abuse under section 374, section 377 or section 377 respectively of the Pakistan Penal Code Act terms is under investigation. The victim shall be examined by registered medical practitioner. In the case of the female victim, by female registered medical practitioner immediately after the commission of such offences, provided that in all cases where possible the female victim shall be escorted by a female police officer or family member from a place of her convenience of the place of the medical examination. The registered medical practitioner to whom such a victim is sent shall, without delay, examine him or her and prepare the report of examination giving the following particulars, namely the name and address of the victim and of the person by whom she was escorted, the age of the victim, the descriptions of material taken from the body of the victim for DNA profiling, marks of injury if any on the body of the victim, general mental condition of the victim, the other material particular in a reasonable detail. The report shall state precisely the reasons for each conclusions arrived at. The report shall specifically record that the consent of the victim or of his or her natural or legal guardian to such an examination had been obtained. The exact time of commencement and completions of the examination shall also be noted in the report. The registered medical practitioner shall without delay forward the report to the investigation officer shall forward it to the magistrate along with other requirements under class A of subsection 1 of subsection 173. Nothing in this section shall be constructed as rendering lawful any examination without the consent of the victim of any person authorized under subsection 4. In this section, registered medical practitioner means medical practitioner who possesses any qualification recognized as such under the Pakistan Medical and Dental Council Ordinance 1962 and whose name is according entered and registered maintained by the State Council and has been authorized by the government to conduct such examinations. 164B DNA test wherein offence under section 376 section 377 377 of Pakistan Penal Code Section is committed or attempt to have been committed is alleged to have been committed deoxyribonucleic acid simple with the consent of his or natural or legal guardian and the accused during the medical examination conducted under section 164A within the optimal time period of receiving information relating to the commissions of such offences. The DNA samples collected under subsection shall at the earliest be sent by the forensic laboratory, whereas these shall be properly examined further, provided the confidentiality of such examination shall at all times be observed. Search by police officer. इन में जेको आहे 165 पुलिस सर्च कंदी आहे So whenever an officer in charge of police station or police officer making an investigation has a reasonable ground for believing that anything necessary for the purpose of an investigation into any offences which is authorized to investigate any be found any place within the limits of the police station of which he is in charge to it he is attached, that such a thing cannot in his opinion be otherwise adopted without undue delay. Such officer may be, after recording writing the grounds of his behalf, specifying such a writing so far as possible the thing for such a search is to be made, search to be made for such a thing in any place within the limits of such a jurisdiction. Provided that no such officer shall search or cause search to be made for anything which is in the custody of bank or bankers defined in the Bankers Book Evidence Act 1991. Related of might disclose any information which related to the bank account of any person except for the purpose of investigation offences under section 403, 406, 408 and 409 and section 421 to 424 both inclusive in section 450 to 477 both inclusive of Pakistan Penal Code. Prior permission writing of section judge. In other cases the prior permission writing of the High Court sir. उन खां पोइ जेको आहे असांजी हिन में हिकिड़ी अमेंडमेंट हुई ऐं 2 नंबर जेको आहे पुलिस ऑफिसर प्रोसीडिंग अंडर सबसेक्शन शैल इफ प्रैक्टिकल कंडक्ट द सर्च इन पर्सन he is unable to conduct the search in a person and there is no other person competent to make the search present at the time. He may, after recording in writing reasons for so doing, require any officer subordinate to him to make the search, and he shall deliver to such a subordinate of an order in writing is place to the search so far as possible the thing for which search is to be made. Such a subordinate may be thereupon search by such a things. उन खां पोइ जेको आहे असांजो ही कंटिन्यू आहे प्रोविजन 4 आहे. The provisions of this code is to search warrant and the general provision is to search contained in section 102 and section shall so far as may be applied to search made under this section. Copies of any record made under subsection 1 or subsection 3 shall forth be sent to the nearest magistrate in power to take cognizance of the offences. The owner or occupier of the place such shall on application furnish the copy of the same, provided that he shall pay for the same unless the magistrate for some special furnish it free of cost.